Do you ever feel lost? Like you don't know who you are anymore? You don't know what you're here to do or who you're here to be? There's no purpose. You feel hopeless? Do you ever feel hopeless? About 7 years ago or so, I embarked on this journey of self-discovery, sitting down and asking myself the hard questions because I felt so lost. Like, who am I? What am I here to do? Who am I here to be? What's my purpose? And in that 7-year period, I learned how to cultivate a healthy mind so that I could co-create with the universe instead of playing an innocent bystander in the story of my life. And today, I want to share with you the 3 main pillars to a healthy mind so that you can co-create and have a choice in the life that you live. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the MME YouTube channel, where we're here to help you develop a healthy mind to keep your body aligned. My name is Tyler Egan. I will be your wellness mentor and educator today. And today what we're doing is talking about what I'm calling our pillars to a healthy mind. What I discovered, as I shared in the intro a couple of years back, 7-8 years back, when I embarked on this journey of self-discovery. First things first, I just want to share this really quick. It started as a fitness journey. I just started working out. And then I'm like, okay, well, let me work on my mind a little bit because I was anxious and I was overwhelmed and stressed out all the fucking time. I'm like, there's just gotta be a better way to live. And so I just started to learn. And so I started to dive into the human psyche, the human psychology. And what I found is insane because your psychology, your brain, literally attracts into your life what you are. And so if we can look at where we're at today and where we want to go tomorrow, so to speak, tomorrow being like a metaphor or whatever, we can start to become a co-creator in our lives rather than an innocent bystander where life is just happening to us and we're a victim of it. Okay, we can take conscious control and be like, yo, universe, yo, God, this is what I want. I know I'm here. This is what I want. I'm putting this out there into the universe. And begin to make the necessary steps. But it starts with recognizing where we're at today and identifying where we want to go. So the pillars to a healthy mind are going to be the following. We want to start with our identity. Okay, there's going to be 3 of these bad boys. Identity. Who are you? Okay, so what do we mean when we say identity? Who we think we are. Okay? Who we think we are. When I ask you, who are you? What do you do? What are the first things that come to your mind? Like, if you have a pen and paper and you want to play along with me, go grab that and write this, pause it and then write this down. I'll wait. Okay, I'm assuming you paused it and did it already because I'm not waiting that long. But like, who do you think you are? Like, and I don't mean it like, who do you think you are, right? I mean, who are you? What do you do? What are the first things that come to your mind? Like, I am a mom, I am a dad, I'm a son, I'm a daughter. Okay, these are going to be the labels we identify with. This could be your role in the workplace, your role in the family, your role in society. Okay, these identities are going to begin to, and like these, let me actually take a step back. These identities sometimes come without our say. You know, you're born into a family. You're now a son or a daughter. Okay, you decide to have children. You're now a mom or a dad. Some of them are your decision, but some of them just happen. Like, we come into our families without a say, kind of. And so now we have a label that's just given to us. So what are these labels? Whether you chose it or not, your psyche is formed around that label. And we have to begin to identify those so that we can see the trajectory we want to go. Like, then we can identify where we want to go because we know where we are and we know where we want to go. So who do we think we are? Who are you? What are the labels you identify with? Because these identifications are going to start to have a trickle effect down to the other 2 pillars that I'm going to share, which are going to guide your actions. And if they're not in alignment with your higher self, that we're going to call over here, like higher self, who you want to be, then it's constantly going to cause a war within you. And that's going to be like anxiousness and all those things, all the discomfort. So our identity is who we think we are. They're the labels that we identify with. When people ask you, like, tell me your story. Who are you? What do you do? What do you do for a living? Like, these questions that people ask you are going to be an insight for you to look at yourself and be like, oh, I'm a mom. I'm a dad. I'm a son. I'm a daughter. I'm a manager of a plant. I'm a personal trainer. And these identities lead to the next thing we're going to talk about, our next pillar, which is our values. Again, these are all being formed inside of your brain, whether you're consciously choosing it or not. Okay, when we're born, when we're children and stuff like that, we are essentially just like subconscious creatures. We're just absorbing information and cultivating our identity based off what people tell us around us, like our parents, our mentors, our coaches, our teachers, our peers, our friends, like whatever they say about us forms our identity. So like, I'll share something about myself. Over the course of my childhood, I made an identification with I'm a loser. Okay, and then with that became a value of being a victim. And then that'll lead to the next part, which we'll get to in a minute. So identify where you're at now, the identity you have now, and like, hell, the hard truth about feeling lost and getting to a place of really looking inward and finding that place of self-discovery means looking at the hard truth of your identification as I identified as a loser. I embodied that, and my values, which are guiding principles. My values, my guiding principles, which were essentially the energy I moved from in my life, was that of I'm a loser. So I was constantly a victim to my circumstances. Like, the world is always happening to me. Life is always happening to me. Like it's about to rain right now. And I'm out here filming this video. It's like, of course it's gonna fucking rain right now. That's just my luck, right? So like, it's not just the things I'm saying or like the way I'm moving, but it's the energy through which I'm moving from, right? So what I value are gonna be my guiding principles, essentially the rules I live by. And in order to start to gain a better picture on these things, we want to look at how we spend our time and money. That's going to show you what you value. So you may say you want to lose 35 pounds, but you don't actually value health and vitality. And so you go to the grocery store and you're buying soda and the chips, and it's just one night, it's just one meal, but you don't value your health and vitality. And your grocery cart is a representation of that. Now, I want to be perfectly clear. I'm not saying this to attack anybody, okay? Because there are certain things, certain values that I embody today that do not align with the person I want to become. Okay, so I'm constantly working on shifting those. So when I say these things, if it hits your baggage, right? If you feel triggered or offended by what I'm saying, sit with that. And I want to invite you, before I even continue here, to sit with that idea for a minute. Like, if I'm being triggered, sit with the energy or emotion that is being triggered. I trigger myself all the time. I was actually doing it before I started this because I was feeling, the thing about me sharing the loser thing was like, I was feeling really sorry for myself because I've tried to film this video like 18 times. The mic stopped working. Another one, the mic wasn't picking up the audio for some reason. I had to go buy a new wire for the thing so it would work. My phone was overheating. I ran out of storage. Like, everything was happening to me. So in that moment, I was identifying with I'm the loser. Okay, and my value was finding things outside of me to prove that I'm a loser because nothing's working out for me, right? So like, I was literally triggering myself, and I just got so angry. I'm like, cool, I'm so angry right now. I just let that be there. I drove to the store angry. I complained the whole way. And now I feel good to do this again. And it's not like anything is good or bad. I'm just allowing the energy to move through me. So our value, and I want to just take a step back, because if you're anything like me, and you're here because you genuinely want to shift the trajectory of your life, you know that life is meant to be lived a better way than it is right now. Please, I just want to invite you. If you're triggered, let that be there. It's so fucking healing and liberating. Ugh. And those, if you don't let that trigger be there, it can block you from actually receiving this information and applying it to yourself. I know, because I do it all myself all the time. But anyway, you're gonna have to learn that for yourself either way. So, okay, so identity, who we think we are. Okay, the labels we identify with. Okay, these are gonna be like the way, this is gonna be the who we think we are is gonna lead to the values we live our life by, because every identity that we embody, whether it's husband, wife, mom, dad, son, daughter, personal trainer, press operator is one of my identities now. And I've shifted personal trainer to wellness educator, right? So it's like these identities come with different programs. Okay, so like mom means I gotta worry about my kids and I gotta protect my kids, I gotta love my kids, I gotta provide for my kids. Same thing with dad, right? So like son means I gotta like love my family and show up for my family when they need it and be there for my nephews. Like I'm just kind of like thinking this stuff through my own life right now. Okay, so with the identification of like mom, dad, son, daughter might come a value of family comes first. So that's going to be a guiding principle that you live your life by. How do you know? Well, you look at how you spend your time and money. You buy really nice presents for your nephews for their birthdays. Or you spend a lot of time with your family because maybe that's a love language of yours, you know, whatever it is. Okay? Okay, then our last thing, okay, so our identity is gonna have a trickle-down effect into our values, and our values are going to be our guiding principles that guide our behavior instinctively, intuitively, unconsciously, below the surface. Like we don't even know why we do what we do, but we do what we do, right? If that makes sense. Wow, that just made so much sense. I need a different color for this bad boy. Okay, so the last one is our values are going to lead to our beliefs. And our beliefs, oh man, our beliefs. This is where you can start to get into the deepness of your own human psychology. Ugh, I'm about to nerd the fuck out on all of y'all. Your beliefs are thoughts you continuously think. Man, that marker sucks. See what I mean? Like I could easily go back to being the victim because, oh, that marker's not working. Thoughts you constantly and continuously think. So if you have a thought pattern of everyone's going to judge me at the gym, and you think that every day, you're like, you look at yourself in the mirror, you're like, I don't like the way I look, I feel unhealthy, I feel like shit, and then you don't go to the gym because like, well, everyone's going to judge me because I'm fat, I'm overweight, I'm not happy with myself, I don't know what I'm doing in there, I look stupid, everyone's going to judge me, right? You think that every single day, every time you look in the mirror, you're like, oh, I don't like the way I look, I should join a gym. Oh, if I go to the gym, everyone's going to judge me. Fuck. Okay, this is actually a thought process I had too. So now you're thinking that every single day when you look at yourself. Now that thought is being embedded into your neurological hardware in your brain. That's the truth. So a belief is a truth you're creating in your own mind through a constant, unconscious or not, practice of thinking a specific way. So you are thinking a specific way every single day, whether you're consciously choosing it or not. And that thought is happening so frequently that it is being neurologically implanted into your brain as a part of your neurological hardware as a truth in your life. And I'm not saying it's not true. There's probably plenty of judgmental people at the gym. You can't control them though. What you have discernment, or better yet, what you have sovereignty over is the way you think. And it starts with recognizing your beliefs. So now that we started to like look at these things, right? Because we talked about how this could lead to you living a life that you actually enjoy, living a life that you want, right? I'm talking co-creation with the fucking universe here, right? So like, how can we apply this? Well, again, it starts with recognizing your own identity. I'm a dad, I am a mom, I am a son, I'm a personal trainer, I'm a coach, whatever it is. Then your values, like what values go with your identity. So mom, dad, son, family comes first. Okay, so that guides my actions. So I always put my family before everything and everybody. Okay, and then a belief is that my family is more important than my own health and well-being. Fuck, there it is. There's the belief. That's stopping me from actually getting to the gym. I have to prioritize everybody over myself because family comes first. And that's a thought I continuously think, so that's a belief. Now there's a belief underneath the identification of it all. And so now you've just found it. You found what belief is doing it. So now every time that belief comes up, you just sit with it and you notice it. Like, what do I feel in my body? Okay, I hear that, but like, what am I feeling right now? or better, maybe it's a feeling first, and you just start to be present with that. Sit in the fire with your own unconscious, maybe uncomfortable beliefs. And then, I mean, you can do this beforehand. You can start to focus on like, okay, what do I want? This is where my identity is. Where do I want my identity to be? So if I don't want to be a mom that worries all the time, if I don't want to be a son that is whatever, I don't even know what to say. If I don't want to be a victim of my circumstances, because right now an identity you have is I'm a loser, right? Mine was I'm a loser, I'm a victim. I don't want to be that. I want to be a co-creator of my life is the new one. What are my values? Well, being a victim, being victimized isn't a value. Taking conscious control over my life is a value. So I shared the story that I was going through today. Everything was going sideways. The technology wasn't working. My phone blew up. Actually, let me make sure this is still recording. We're still going. Let's go. It's actually working for me now. So like my value was being a victim, and so I noticed myself in that moment. Man, this is so awesome. This is working out this way. I noticed myself as I was sitting in the car feeling sorry for myself. Like, okay, here's the pattern again. I'm going to let myself feel this. I just started complaining. I started listening. I just started going back and forth with myself, like sassing myself back and forth. It was actually kind of fun. But listening to myself complain was actually really fun. But so in that moment, I just listened to it. And then I got on the other side of that negative emotion. And I was like, okay, what's the higher self-value? And that's like taking conscious control. I drove my ass to Walmart, even though I'm fucking so broke. I heard that story come up, that identity that I'm broke come up. Oh, here we go. And I just like, okay, I'm going to drive to the store anyway. I don't care if I don't have $9 to my name. I'm going to buy me a new wire. I'm going to get this video done. And here I am. Right? So I'm like, no. My value no longer is that I'm a victim of my circumstances. Being victimized is not my value. Fuck that. My value is like, once I got past the emotion, is what's the higher self? Like, what's my higher being one? I am a conscious creator in my motherfucking life, and I value conscious creation. So I am embodying that. And so I stopped acting on the beliefs, the thoughts I always think that this never works out for me. I'm not good enough. The universe is trying to put it in my ass. Like, this is the theme that topic for a different day, Tyler. So I stopped moving from the energy of those beliefs. I just sat there with it. Okay, I let myself feel sorry for a minute for myself. I felt it. Like, it's okay. Like, it's not a big deal. Although it feels like that. Like, feel that too. You know, it's not often it's not the feelings that are getting in the way of us utilizing this information. It's our judgment about the feelings, right? I felt sorry for myself. In the past, it would have been like my judgment was like, you suck. You're not allowed to feel sorry for yourself. Stop being a victim. Now it's just like, okay, I see the victim. And that's cool. If I give it a couple minutes, it usually dissipates. And then I can embody the conscious creator again. But it starts here, y'all. Identity, values, and beliefs. Identifying who you are right now, the values you live your life by, which are how you spend your time and money, loosely. Because this is going to be the energy that you move from a lot of the time. And then the beliefs, so the thoughts you constantly think, because that's energy that's constantly being rattled around in the mind, right? And you're constantly putting that energy out there. But we have to start to pay attention. A cool way to put this, to start to recognize your own beliefs, is can you start to embody the witness consciousness? Can you be the witness to your humanness unfolding? Right? Like, part of being human is the human psyche. This is a loose beginning to unraveling your own human psyche and taking conscious control of your life and being a co-creator in your life instead of being an innocent bystander. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. Let me get a clap up on that one. So thank you all for tuning in. If you guys like this video, please leave a like, comment, or subscribe. If after listening to all this information, if it seems like it's really heavy and deep and dense for you to navigate on your own, that's what MME is here for. We're not just here to educate you. I work with people one-on-one to help guide them through their wellness and healing journey. Everything from physical health to spiritual health and sovereignty. If that's something that you're interested in, you want to think, if you want to consider working with me one-on-one, you can head to the link down below and schedule a discovery call. It's a quick 15-minute call where we just learn a little bit more about each other. You learn about what the community, the MME community offers you. And then I can learn a little bit more about you, see how it can help. Okay, so if you want to do that, you can head down to the link below, schedule a call. And if not, like, comment, subscribe. There'll be more videos coming down the pipeline. Let me know in the comments what you want to see more, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.